This is Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
That's right. Little old me on a Thursday. Nothing little about this guy. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope everybody is having a decent day. Dragon Ball, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rich.
Are you having a decent day?
I'm having an okay day.
What's wrong?
Well, it was decent, but then you asked.
What are you doing? There goes our perfect show.
There goes the perfect show right off the bat. No, I'm
geez.
doing all right. As you can tell, I was going through some other news feeds and stuff like that, and trying to get everything that we need to for today's. Because again,
what do we need for today? We're going to talk about the Arizona Wildcats.
I mean, that's what I mean. Is that there's still so much information that we still need to get through.
There is. Coming up on the program, I am going to give you a little preview. So I'm working at CBS again this week.
Right.
So one of the cool things is I can also leverage our local show along with the CBS folks. So there's times where I'm able to get some guests that I get on the network that I can also use here on this radio show, so I can upgrade and get you some guests we normally won't have. So I've got a couple pretty good guests lined up for you today that you would normally only hear on network radio, but we'll do that today on the program. So Will Pelagic's going to join us from WFNZ Radio in the middle of ACC country in Charlotte. I want to talk to him about some of these rumors that we're hearing right now about an ACC Pac-12 alliance. Also, Adam Bowersox lives out in the middle of Des Moines, Iowa. We're going to put him on today because we're going to get a little flavor of what the sound and feel of Big 12 country is right now, and Big 10, because he's right in the middle between Iowa State and Iowa. Then, this is a good one. David Wharton's going to join us in the LA Times. He wrote, I think, the fairest article about Larry Scott in the Pacific 12 Conference. So all of these are going to be part of my national show coming up tomorrow night, but I thought I'd preview them with you here today.
Wait, a fair Larry Scott story?
Yeah, I do not come to bury Larry Scott. I come to praise him. As I paraphrase Shakespeare for the first time ever on this program.
Do you remember who said that line?
Brutus.
No.
Who?
That's Mark Antony, man.
Oh, Mark Antony.
Yeah, Mark Antony. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come
Why
to
did I say
bury
Brutus?
Caesar. Because Brutus was the one who stabbed Caesar.
That's right. It was Mark Antony.
Well, Mark Antony was one of the second triumvirate. He was like basically one of Caesar's right-hand guys.
No, I wasn't. No, not that Brutus.
No, Brutus was a person that was of high standard in the Roman.
No, I was talking about Brutus, who was enemies of Popeye.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Bluto. Was it Bluto or Brutus?
Bluto. Brutus, you're also thinking of the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But who was Popeye's mortal enemy?
Bluto.
It was Bluto.
Yes.
But didn't they had to change his name because of copyright?
It probably said that they had an issue with Disney, that it was too close to Pluto.
I don't know. And then, of course, the real Bluto is John Blutarski from Animal House.
Of course.
The things you learn on this radio program, folks. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon. Those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook Live and our stream on WildcatsRadio1290.com, what's up to you? We've got a lot, like I said, to get to on the program today. How hot is it? I'm a little, the heat's gotten to me a little bit today. What's the current temperature?
As we speak right now, according to my
temperature of the sun,
gauge,
hot, 102. 103.
Okay.
Oof.
102 after I did a quick update.
You know what tomorrow's going to be?
Oh, please don't say 105.
107.
Oh, man.
It is going to be brutal tomorrow.
Thank goodness we'll be indoors.
Yeah. I don't know. I might be sick. 107. Ouch. Like the pool's up to 89 degrees. You know how spoiled we are in Tucson? I won't get to the pool unless it's more than 90 degrees.
I mean, at that point, though, if you're getting if you're getting like near 100-degree temperatures in your pool, that's basically turning you into a soup.
Right. You're gonna become soup.
It's just a slow roast.
You're gonna become human soup.
It's a slow roast. That's all I can tell you. It's a slow roast.
Meanwhile, we have people that we know that live in other parts of the country, and they're like, Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. It got to be 70 degrees today. And like 70 degrees, I'm wearing a ski jacket when it's 70.
I can't remember the last time we had a 70 degrees, even in the winter out here.
Part of living in the desert. Living in the desert. All right, let's see what else is rattling around in my big old head today.
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for the list as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Cro-Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It's true. The size of this noggin is a size 8. Like you could I could cut my hat in half, and it would be the same size as what you wear.
I was gonna say you should not cut your head in half. That's a dangerous.
That's true.
That's a dangerous.
But look at the size of my noggin, and look at the size of your noggin. Your noggin looks bigger.
I think yours is also kind of misleading only because your camera's a little bit more angled down towards you rather than angled straight on.
Well, no, because if you're fat, you don't want to take selfies underneath your chin because it makes you look fatter. You do it from the top down. So
True.
last night, after the show, I ran up to Tempe.
Right, you had said that you were going to go and see your buddy Brett.
Yeah, I went up to Tempe. And by the way, just so everybody knows, you saw what I was wearing. Arizona Nike shoes, blue shorts, red Arizona Nike golf shirt.
Right.
So I was all decked out.
You were representing.
I'm on Mill Avenue. I'm representing. Right? Because I don't go into Tempe unless I'm wearing red and blue.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I was repping. So I went and hung out with Brett Boone and Luis Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, the fact that you got a chance to meet Gonzo.
I took a picture with him.
You took a picture with Gonzo.
You know what he talked about? Mr. On.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
So Gonzo was on the Boone podcast last night. They recorded it live. So I went up to go meet Booney and have dinner with him afterwards. And we were talking about Tucson and Gonzo. He loves Tucson.
Oh, he does.
He absolutely loves Tucson. Anyway, that's not what's rattling around in my big old head. But I did want to tell you that I was repping yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Which I always do when I go up there. I don't like that town. It's just, ugh.
Was the traffic as bad as I assumed it would be?
No, it was easy.
Okay, good.
It was easy. There was no, it's summer in Phoenix. There's no one there.
Yeah.
They
No
all
one wants
left.
to be there.
They're all in San Diego, making everybody in San Diego mad. People
then-
in San Diego shake their fist and go, Zonies, go home.
Zonies.
Oh, the people in San Diego hate this time of year when we all go invade San Diego and all you see is Arizona license plates everywhere.
Yeah, we hate them all the other times of the year, too, so I guess it works out.
Do we hate San Diego?
Some Tucsonans don't have a lot of
Really?
I feel like a lot of Tucsonans have a very, there's a bit of a divide between San Diegoans or San Diegans, depending on how you call them.
Well, they're
with Tucsonans.
Right. But I guess they look at us as we look at snowbirds.
Yes.
You know how when the snowbirds show up, we all get mad? Oh, Canadians, why don't you learn to drive, for God's sakes?
Your Virginia Tech friend that doesn't clean up after his dog.
Yes, that clown. Well, that's how the folks in San Diego feel about us as our license plates with cactus invade the 619.
Like Bostonians invading Rhode Island.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like.
To see the leaves change color. Or
I mean,
whatever
it was pretty funny when I lived there and people would just start complaining at work, like, oh, look at all these zonies coming in and driving around in our community. I'm like, dude, really, bruh, come on, bruh.
Oh,
because that's what they say.
It's New Yorkers going to Rhode Island to see the leaves change. That's what it was.
New Yorkers.
That was the old Family Guy episode where.
Well, and then Rhode Island and parts of Connecticut do not like people from Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, no.
And they
Cannot
have,
stand them.
and especially Rhode Island will do everything they can to take their money with speed traps. It's like driving through Casa Grande.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
There's so many.
You don't want to do that.
Hey, listen, let me give a thumbs up to law enforcement. I'm Law and Order every time. Oh, there were so many. Highway Patrol gathered up around Casa Grande.
I hope you were staying at least 5 miles under the speed limit.
I didn't drive. My wife drove. I put my seat back and went to sleep. Okay, so let's see what's rattling around in my big old head today. There's a new rumor out. There's rumors everywhere. I got dumb rumors for you today, folks. I got dumb rumors, but I'll pass them along anyway because I'm going to be a rumor monger. This one's pretty legit, though. According to Sports Illustrated, the latest rumor is, are you ready for this? Not the Pac-12 being hammered and butchered and torn apart by the Big 12, but the Pac-12 and the ACC getting together and forming an alliance, keeping each conference independent, but packaging their media rights together in order to have enough oomph. How do you spell oomph?
I'd say UMPHF.
Oomph.
Oomph.
Oomph. That the ACC and the Pac-12 can package their rights together and partner with ESPN to try for both of them to survive. Here's the interesting part. So granted rights, I had to look this up. The granted rights means if you're the University of Arizona, if you're the USC Trojans, UCLA Bruins, if you're Arizona State, you've signed a grant and rights agreement with the Pacific 12 Conference, meaning you granted all of your rights to the Pacific 12 Conference to sell them and to manage the rights to your media. It's kind of like the power of attorney. You've given all your rights to the conference. And when I sign a power of attorney for you, Dragon Ball, when I'm sitting there on a gurney and you're in charge, then you can pull the plug all you want.
Only knowing that there will be 15 other plugs underneath you because you're like, I don't want to go yet. I don't want to go.
Heck yeah. So the grant rights for the University of Arizona and the rest of the Pac-12 are done 2024. That's why USC, UCLA have this window that they're jumping out. I'm out. The Atlantic Coast Conference, their agreement with ESPN, which is part of them having their own ACC network, runs until 2035. So in order to get the ACC network going and get the money for that, the ACC gave up their rights for a long time. Now, the state of college athletics has completely changed, and that's probably going to be obsolete by the time they get to 2035. So the ACC sitting there looking right now, what if somebody makes a run at some of our schools? What are we going to do? They've been very quiet. They've been out of the mix, which made no sense to me as I'm watching this poker game. So now the latest rumor, according to Sports Illustrated, the Pac-10, 10, not 12, 10, could look to say, hey, ACC, you want to partner with us? Reopen your negotiations with ESPN. Maybe we get to 30. We stay at 30. Maybe we get to $40 million a year per school, and we could both survive. That's being reported by Sports Illustrated late yesterday. One of the latest rumors we're having going on right now. There again, there's all kinds of different rumors. We're going to talk about all of those, but I wanted to bring that up for you. The Cats have upped their game for the class of 2022. Help me with this one. Bam Bam Boswell reclassifies, which means he is going to play for the Arizona Wildcats this year. This kid's legit 5-star guard. Will slide right into the backcourt for the University of Arizona. University of Arizona is going to have an awfully good backcourt with Bam Bam Boswell. They're going to have Pella Larson. They've got some depth back there. They've got Kirk Carissa as well. So for the University of Arizona, that's a big deal that you're going to get him joining the ball club after you lost, which you didn't anticipate to lose Dalen Terry. You knew you were going to lose Ben Matherin. You knew you were going to lose Christian Coloco. But the fact that they were able to add to their roster pretty quick, it's going to be a very interesting team. They've already got point guard from Texas, and Courtney Ramey, who's coming in. A center and Cedric Henderson, who's going to come over. They've got the big man from Serbia that's coming in, and Dylan Anderson and Henry Visar. They've got a rebuilt team. It took them a little bit, but they've rebuilt their team.
Right. I believe the Campbell transfer that you're mentioning, though, Cedric Henderson, I believe he's also a guard, though. I don't think he's a big
guard.
Man.
They said wing. I've seen wing. I've seen guard. We'll see. But now you have so many guards. Do I move him around?
It's almost a logjam when you really think about it, because Boswell likely played backup to Kirk Kriisa.
Right.
And you still got Adama Ball.
Right.
You've got a depth in that guard position.
Way to go, Tommy Lloyd. You're the most important man in town right now. You're the difference between us and playing in the Big West.
Ooh, the Mountain West.
Mountain West. No, you know what? If the basketball team wasn't if the basketball team was Arizona State, we're talking Arizona would probably end up in the Big West.
Yeah.
The WAC.
Hey, I'm pretty sure as long as Arizona doesn't end up at the Big Sky, I don't think anyone can be playing that much.
There you go. All right, I feel bad about this. You know what we've really, really neglected to keep up with?
It wouldn't happen to be our brackets,
It is our brackets. And all this breaking news, again, we're going to roll out what was really important. The brackets. We're down to the Final Four. And lo and behold, can you pull the brackets up for me? Lo and behold, Dragon Ball, you are smarter than anyone else in this building, buddy. Do you know that? Do you know how smart you are? Do you know how much I appreciate you? Who did you call as the dark horse?
I said that one Chuck Cecil was going to have a very, very good chance of making it to the finals of this tournament. I said that he was. There was no doubt in my mind.
And
Chuck
who
Cecil,
mocked you?
You were kind of getting on me a little bit. You said there's no way he gets by Bruckheimer. You were saying there's no way he gets by any of the number of high-end alumni that were going to be in Chuck Cecil's way to get to those Final Fours. And lo and behold, he made it.
All right, I'm showing this. If you're watching online, holy cow. Dragon Ball, you called your shot.
I did.
You called your shot. Here's our Final Four, folks. Just to let everybody know, here's what happened. In the third round, Steve Kerr beat Barry Goldwater. Annika beat Bob Dole. JT Snow beat Dan Hicks. It was Gronk over Jenny Finch. Chuck Cecil annihilated Jerry Bruckheimer. Trevor Hoffman beat John Hughes. And Sean Elliott took down Carl Eller. Terry Francona over Linda Ronstadt. Okay. So that was the third round. Fourth round. And this is in the middle of the Pac-12 conference blowing up, so we didn't really talk about it that much. Mm-hmm. Steve Kerr destroyed Annika.
Yep.
Not even close. Gronk destroyed JT Snow. Sorry to my wife. Chuck Cecil beat Trevor Hoffman handily. Sean Elliott destroyed Terry Francona. And we said Steve Kerr over Annika. So now we're down to the Final Four.
Final Four.
Steve Kerr versus Gronk.
That one is going to be barn burning. That is a slobber knocker, as great Jim Ross would say.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
The other side of the Final Four, Sean Elliott, Chuck Cecil.
This one's actually, it's very interesting to me that it ended up working out this way. You realize it's two of Arizona's most favorite sons in basketball and two of Arizona's favorite sons in football.
Wow.
You have Chuck Cecil and you got Gronk. And then in basketball, you've got Kerr and Sean Elliott.
Have you voted yet?
I went ahead and I put in my votes.
All right.
I know what I'm hoping for.
What are you voting for? Who'd you vote for?
I'm hoping for Kerr versus Chuck.
That's what I voted for.
I think that's going to be
Gronk, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me, Gronk. Don't get mad at me, Gronk. I still think you're the best.
Yes, the University of Arizona. I was just falling in love with the place, the weather, Division I football, and, the pool parties.
I was rooting for Gronk, but he's going up against Steve Kerr. I mean, how do you pick one over the other?
I don't think you can, but you almost have to. In this situation, you have to legitimately, and I think Kerr is the one that more people are going to remember as University of Arizona.
I mean, how do you? He look at all these championships, and the dude knows how to party.
He does.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungover right now. So we had a great night last night. We had an.
Listen, representing Tucson as best he can, Steve Kerr, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really perplexed. So anyway, go to WildcatsRadio1290.com. Go to WildcatsRadio1290.com. Vote today. Kerr versus Gronk. Chuck versus Sean Elliott. Let's see. What else am I going to tell you about? Oh, Thor opens tonight. Are you excited?
I've still got to get really, really caught up on a lot of things in the MCU. I have not seen any, and I want to make sure that is emphasized as any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So I'm way behind.
What do you do with your time?
Mostly I try to rest and get ready for the next day. That's really, in essence, what I do.
I waited too late to get my tickets. By the way, I don't like in the post-pandemic world, you have to reserve tickets. I like just rolling into the theater when the movie's starting, and you can just sit wherever you want. Now you have to actually pick what tickets you want, and there's a bunch of people that are getting reservations before me. By the time I roll in there to get my tickets, and the movie's going to start in 10 minutes, all the seats are gone, and I got to sit in the front row.
All right, so you're not a fan of it in movie theaters, but I'd imagine you would hate the idea of doing that in football or baseball or any kind of sporting
Southwest
event.
Airlines.
Well, no, I'm just saying in the regards of you go and you pick up whatever seat is available.
Because you pay more money. You pay more money for good seats.
Well, yeah.
Right?
There are good seats in the theater. Be glad they're not charging you extra money for the good seats right directly in the middle.
Don't give them ideas.
I don't want to, but I'm just saying be glad they're not
charging
you.
I went to the Diamondback game on Monday on 4th of July. I got great seats.
Right.
They're expensive. I didn't pay for them, but they were really good seats. Anyway, so Thor. So the only seats I could get tonight were like in 9:30.
Oh, that's a late showing for you.
So what do I do between the end of the show and 9:30?
Sudoku?
I'm gonna go see Top Gun again.
Okay, there you go. That's a pretty good.
So I'm gonna see 7:00 Top Gun, 9:30 Thor. This will be. I hope my family's not listening. This will be the 6th time I've seen Top Gun.
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie, man.
It's a great movie. You saw it.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Is it great?
It's a very, very good, very great movie.
No.
Very good, very great.
Why? This is, you drive me crazy. Listen, it's either very good or it's great. You can't do both. So which is it?
To quote a man from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I want to play both sides so that in the end I win out regardless.
It's either really good.
It was a good movie.
Or it wasn't good.
No.
Or it was really bad.
Boo.
So which is it, Dragon Ball?
It was a very good movie.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's all I have to say. One sad note. Passing of James Caan.
It's a sad day in Hollywood, and for a lot of,
I don't want to say it's a sad day. It's a sad note, because anytime anybody passes away, there's other people that passed away today that we're not going to mention. Right? I always feel bad, like, it's a sad day. Well, what about everybody else who lost somebody today?
The creator of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game passed away today as well.
The what?
The creator of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game passed away today, apparently, as well.
Oh.
So
that's sad note.
They come in threes, man.
I don't know. See, I hate that.
But
because then it feels like I got pressure myself. I don't want to be the third. They come in threes. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I better stay in bed, not get up for.
As long as nothing happens to the theater that you're going to, I'd imagine you'll be fine.
I'm just saying, if you're
make sure to check the projectors to see if they're running a little hotter than usual.
I'm not a celebrity, okay, so I don't have to worry about that. But how would you like to be in Hollywood today? Breaking news: James Caan passes away.
That's just it, though. It doesn't need to be Hollywood anymore. It can be anybody that has a name that's relatively well known. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game maker is not a Hollywood name under any pomp and circumstance.
So everybody in Hollywood's scared right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're usually scared as it is anyway, though.
Because here's what can happen: if James Caan passes away, that means the Grim Reaper's coming for 2 more of us. It's like you're playing your own personal version of Deadpool. You played Deadpool, haven't you?
I've played in the... No,
Have you been in a Deadpool?
I've never been in a Deadpool.
Are you sure?
I've watched Deadpool, but I've never played in a Deadpool.
Okay, there's people that I've worked with before, and they've had a Deadpool, and they're just the biggest jerks because they're rooting for people to die. Oh, I had B. Arthur. Oh, darn it, I had Estelle Getty in the Deadpool.
No.
Oh, what happened? I had Betty White. Oh, I'm never going to win.
Well, somebody did.
Yeah, that just makes you a jerk. Anyway, James Caan passing away. Sad note today.
One of the greatest actors of all time, the dad in Elf, and not to mention was so connected.
Are you reading my notes?
Well, no, but
I had it right here. I have all the roles that I was thinking about from him. Because obviously everybody's going to say The Godfather, where he played Sonny Corleone, which he was amazing.
I love how he always talked about that role in that he said, they've labeled me Italian of the Year twice in New York, and I'm Jewish. I'm not even Italian. That's how good he was in that role.
Playing Sonny in The Godfather. What movie role did you throw out?
Well,
Elf?
Elf. He was the dad in Elf.
He was great in Elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
What other do you have anything else?
Well, I know that I've never actually seen the movie, but I know that Brian's song is a big one.
Made you cry in Brian's song, the story of Brian Piccolo, Chicago Bears player, played at the University of Illinois. He was actually teammates with John Malkovich. Former Arizona coach. He was friends with John Malkovich. Gale Sayers was played by Billy D. Williams. Brian Piccolo was played by James Caan, and it was actually a made-for-TV movie.
Right.
And it was probably one of the saddest movies I've ever seen as a kid. I got one more for you on sports. The Program. You ever see The Program?
No, I've not.
The Program. He played kind of like a Bobby Bowden type coach on a college football program that was full of steroids and kids getting in trouble, and it was kind of a seedy side of college football. And there was one scene in there that was so over the top. I guess you would consider it reckless. I'm not sure what the right word is, but they had football players just looking for an adrenaline jump, push, lying down on the road, risking getting hit by cars. And it was the movie at the time was so over the top that they actually released it, and then they had to re-release it and cut that part out because there were football players trying to emulate the movie by laying down on the lines of the middle of the road to show how tough they were.
I almost want to think is that the first ever documented case of planking?
What's planking?
Remember when you would have to lay down flat on a surface or something like that and just it was an old meme back when I was in high school. You'd have to look that up. But
I'll have to look that up.
Another couple ones, since we're still on a sports kick, he was also in rollerball, which was I think that's a cult classic more so. Also, you're a big military history buff. I'm a big military history buff. He was also Sergeant Doan in A Bridge Too Far.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in A Bridge Too Far. That actually has probably one of the more substantial cast lists in Hollywood history. I mean, you're talking Michael Caine was in that movie.
Right. I knew Michael Caine was in it.
Yeah, Michael Caine, Gene Hackman.
Wow.
And there was
I'm impressed.
Bunch of people in that one.
I'm impressed with you today. All right. I've gone
Sean
way too
Connery
long.
was in that.
Yeah, I gone way too long with you. Today's program is brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore. You know what? I would like to go hit golf balls right now, but it's going to be 107 tomorrow. So what am I going to do? I can either be like everybody else and not hit golf balls tomorrow, or I could duck into PGA Tour Superstore. You want to know why? They actually have 2 bays in the store that you can hit golf balls. If you just want to go in there and hit golf balls for a half hour in the air conditioning, I think it's the only place in Tucson you could do that right now. And oh, by the way, while you're there, you could check out the biggest, largest, most grandiose golf store in all of southern Arizona. They've got everything a golfer needs, whether you're going to hit blades and, yes, you're going to hit Pro V1s and you've got a little fade to your game, or you're rich rare and you're just hoping you're not going to lose golf balls into the desert. They can help you with your golf game. They've got instruction right there and the biggest selection of golf equipment anywhere in southern Arizona, right there in Oracle and Limberlost. Oracle and Limberlost. And here's the cool thing. So let's say you want to go in there and get a new putter. And then your wife's going to go, honey, hey, listen, don't worry. I got the Rich Herrera hookup. All you got to mention is the radio show, or Wildcats Radio 1290. They'll take $20 off a purchase of $100. They'll take $50 off a purchase of $250 or more. It's a win-win for everybody. Your golf game gets better, your wife's happy, and you're happy. PGA Tour Superstore. Shop with the pros. PGA Tour Superstore. It is my home away from home during the summer. PGA Tour Superstore, Oracle and Limberlost. All right, coming up, Will Pelagic will join us from WFNZ in the middle of ACC territory. Little preview of my radio show that I'll do tomorrow on the network. We'll talk to him about the status of the ACC, whether they're worried. And, oh, by the way, I'll probably ask about Baker Mayfield because that's all they're talking about down there. That's next here on 1290.
Rich Herrera. Exclusively on. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290. And our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Fully
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Hebert, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
TCU not going to foul yet. Mathurin looking at Tommy Lloyd. Shot clock at 15. Mathurin back and forth dribble. 10 to shoot now. Long ways from the bucket. Off to Dalen Terry. Terry looking for help. 6 to shoot. Way outside to Mathurin. 3, 2. Mathurin forces the 3 off the rim. No good. Follow. Koloko jams it home. And the Cats up by 5.
Offensive rebound. And the man of the night, Christian Koloko. 12 of 13 from the field. 28 points.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Pulling on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
TCU not going to foul yet.
I do feel like Baker's going to be the starter for 17 weeks, barring injury, and I do feel like he makes this football team better, and he could make them into a playoff team because the offensive line's better. They've got Christian McCaffrey back and healthy, and the defense is one of the more underrated units in all of football. The only question I have on that side of the football is the pass rushing spot opposite Brian Burns. They're saying they're going to try to fix part of that with a group by committee, but I think it's a solid team. They just didn't have the quarterback at least buttoned up. I do feel like Baker helps them get closer to that point.
And how many Baker Mayfield jerseys am I going to see in the stands or when they get to camp? I mean, what's the reaction from the fans been?
I think it's been mixed, honestly, Rich, because I think that there is a significant anti-rule sentiment in town because they do feel like he's not necessarily the right choice, and there have been a lot of people who have been actively wanting the team to not do well this year because they don't want Matt Rule to come back for another year as the head coach. But I do feel like anybody who wants this team to win feels better after the move for Mayfield. The one thing they also think that with Mayfield that was a very big positive is that they didn't give him a whole lot. You know, a conditional fifth rounder that goes to a fourth rounder if he meets certain incentives over the course of this year. They're only paying $5 million, which I think is they were very, very firm from what the people who I talked to in the Panther organization. They were not going to come off that number, and it was all about whether or not Mayfield would take a couple of million off his salary, which he ended up doing, and whether or not the Browns would assume the majority of the money, which they ended up doing, about $10.5 million on their side. So as a result, it's a very low-risk, high-reward type move for the Panthers, and I think the fans who want to see them win are happy about it, but there are those who I think are just kind of, dug in their heels and wanting this team to collapse and get a new head coach in here. But I think for the competitive balance and the competitive nature of this team, it's a good move.
I am going to get myself a Baker Mayfield jersey. I'm not going to invest the $200 in a jersey, but I might buy his T-shirt just because I want to see everybody go crazy in Cleveland when he leads the Panthers to the playoffs.
I understand because you need room in your closet behind all those San Francisco Giants jerseys.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, it's just out of spite. It's 100% just being out of spite. Will Pelagic, thank you so much for doing this, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
My man, love talking to you.
All right, take care. Will Pelagic, WFNZ in Charlotte. We'll continue. This is CBS Sports Radio.
Rich Herrera, exclusively on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Overnight tonight, some road work that will impact traffic. I-19 near Valencia, southbound I-19 near Valencia, left lane restrictions from 8 tonight till 6 tomorrow morning. Collisions clearing at Broadway and Columbus and Broadway, and also Irvington and 6th Avenue and Irvington. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Strawberry Frosty. With the Strawberry Frosty, time to enjoy yourself is built in. They're so rich and creamy, they're built for you to slow down, relax, and just take it all in. So when it's time for Frosty time, and Strawberry Frosty time is for a limited time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
If you backed out of escrow for a house because you found out the original owner was a Sun Devil, 1290 is your station because we love the Wildcats as much as you do. This is your station, Wildcats fan. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Eugene, I noticed you're wearing an inner tube.
No, Doug, it's my MPFSD, Monsoon Personal Safety Flotation Device.
Really? Your next great invention. And let me guess, ticket to becoming the next interweb millionaire, right?
Good, yes. How'd you know?
Dumb luck, no doubt. So if you run with this, you really should call Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. They've got a ginormous selection of tires and tubes for just about everything. And their prices are the lowest in town.
Oh, and free installation too, right?
Of course. Jack Furrier's advertised price on tires always includes the needed installation services, which is like a $95 savings in most cases. But Eugene, you were able to put that inner tube on by yourself.
Well, yeah, but now I can't find the valve stem.
Yeah, good luck with that, Eugene. Let's all be as careful as possible while driving during monsoon months, huh? If your car or truck needs a little extra tread, give Jack Furrier's a call. Stop by or make an appointment online. Our one low price and huge in-stock selection have made Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care the local's choice for tires and auto repair since 1960. Here to get you there.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, and we've done it again. For the 7th year in a row, Lerner Rowe has been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Most recently, 9 out of 10 voters voted for Lerner Rowe. That's right, we received over 90% of the votes. Why are we so popular? Probably because our offices have recovered billions of dollars for our clients, recovering millions of dollars every week in Arizona. When you're looking for the best personal injury law firm in Arizona, look no further than Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
1290.
Our thanks to Will Pelagic joining us from WFNZ in Charlotte. Interesting. The ACC, are they going to make a move? Will the ACC change things around? Will the ACC partner up with the Pac-12, according to the reports from Sports Illustrated. But I also thought it was interesting, Dragon Ball, that you heard him talk about every school except for
Duke.
Why is that?
Basketball school.
This whole thing is being driven by football and football only. I want you to think about this. What kind of position is the University of Arizona? And we talked about this yesterday with Brian Jeffries. By the way, thanks to Brian for coming in studio yesterday. By the way, tomorrow we have another special guest coming in studio now that we've got a camera set up for just our guests. Stanley Berryhill III is going to come in and hang out with me tomorrow in studio.
Really?
Yeah. So you're going to get SB3 rolling in the house.
SB380 now, I believe, is what it is, isn't it?
That's a big number to get.
Yeah, in Atlanta Falcons history.
Right.
That's the bad moon rising.
Yeah. So we'll talk to him tomorrow on the program. He's going to come in for an hour.
There you go.
Hanging out with us on the air. So that'll be cool. But I did want to bring this up. And again, these are previews of pieces that I'm going to use on the network tomorrow. But I hadn't planned on going down this rabbit hole with him, Dragon Ball. But, and it's not a but as big as mine, but it's a big but. What happens if all of this is 100% predicated upon football and basketball doesn't come into play? What do you do then? So Duke, up until a week ago, was one of the premier schools, one of the big brands in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go until March. Let's go. What are we? March, April, May, June, July. 5 months ago. Duke is a blue blood.
Oh yeah.
Duke is a brand. Duke is important.
You could even go so far as to say that Duke was a blue blood as of maybe 2 weeks ago during the NBA draft when one of their players was selected number 1 overall.
Right.
And now all of a sudden,
what are they worth now? Because in all of this, what we've been talking about, it's all predicated upon football. So what happens to schools like Duke and Louisville? And I think we might even put Arizona almost on the fringe of that conversation. Arizona football is better than Duke football. Okay? Louisville football, I think they could probably say they might be better than Arizona football.
Arizona football versus Louisville football, I'd give the slight edge to Louisville only because of the recent history. I mean, we're talking about a school that's had a lot of really good quarterback prospects come out of Louisville.
But we're also talking about a school that never played in a big football conference.
No.
Right?
No.
So that's why I think they're comparable. Well, how valuable is Duke basketball right now? In the grand scheme of things, is everybody's looking for new conference alignments. Duke is an afterthought.
I would almost want to say that there's another team that we could include in that conversation of maybe basketball outweighs the football product, and that'd be UCLA.
That's why it's interesting when they're going through the evaluations of what the Trojans are worth and what the Bruins are worth, and they're saying that the Trojans are worth more because of their football property, probably 30% decrease in the value of the Pac-12 media rights when you lose the University of Southern California, when you lose the UCLA Bruins. Their money isn't worth as much because they're not that good of a football program. They don't have Heritage Hall, Heisman trophies, and all the rest like the Trojans do. They say they're worth about 10%. So the Trojans, the cash cow. Bruins are coming along because they desperately need the money. But I think it's very, very interesting that when we were talking about all of these schools and everybody in the ACC, I think the ACC is in play. I saw the Sports Illustrated article yesterday, and it makes sense because the ACC can't just stand there. I don't think you can stand back on your heels today and not react because someone's going to go poach. Someone's going to go poach, and there's a new rumor. I'm going to give it to you in just a second. Somebody's going to go poaching. So if you're the ACC, are you going to sit there and let people come and try to take schools away from you? You saw what happened to the Big 12. You saw what happened to the Pac-12. If you're the ACC, don't you think somebody's eyeballing, let's see what you got over there. You got Clemson. You got Florida State. You got the University of Miami. That's a big media market. Maybe I'll see if I could take Florida State and Miami and bring them into the Southeastern Conference. Why wouldn't you?
I was going to say there's no way the Southeastern Conference isn't at least thinking about that.
If you're the Big Ten, well, I've got one school up in the Northeast. Why don't I get some down in the South? Why don't I go get North Carolina? They line up as an institution of higher learning that I would love to get my hands on. So I thought it was so interesting that Duke becomes an afterthought through all of this. That scares me. Because as we look at the value of the University of Arizona going in with all these other schools, what's the value of the Arizona Wildcats? Basketball school, basketball blue blood, football's been struggling. How valuable are the Wildcats right now in the grand scheme of all of this? If Duke is an afterthought, what are the Arizona Wildcats? And again, these are uncomfortable questions, and there's things that I'm going to tell you, and at first blush, you're going to get mad at me, but you have to say these things out loud when it's Armageddon and everybody's running wild. Number for you to join us, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Paul Phoenix, welcome. Bear down. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. What is up?
Rich, bear down, sir. Hey, wow. I could go on for hours. I almost feel like I should join you on your late night show. Is it tomorrow night or tonight?
No, I'm going to work tomorrow night at 11. But come on down. I got a webcam. I got a webcam. You can sit in here. We'll order pizza.
We'll drink old beer, old beer.
There you go.
No, Rich, think about this for a second. I'm hearing all sorts of stuff, being up here in Phoenix and hearing, because there's a part of me, and I hate saying this, but these the little sisters up here, Tempe, there's a part of them that people are kind of thinking 11th biggest market in the in the country, right? And if it was up to Tempe, they wouldn't want us to go along with them for the ride, just so that they could go and play football someplace, right? Okay,
right.
Because they think that our football team isn't warranted to go to a big opportunity. Okay, but at the same time, I think in the grand scheme of things, they need us more than we need them. Okay,
why is
that? Well, because of basketball, but. We're not but you just said, this is not about basketball, and I 100% agree with you. This is totally about football. So how about this? Let's go this other direction then. I heard also today that the ACC, supposedly, there are, 3 or 4 schools from the ACC that were begging the SEC to please take us, okay?
So, all right, so that was going to be my next that's going to be my next rumor that I was going to monger, but since you threw that out, here's the new rumor. Ready?
Go ahead.
This comes from a website called SwimSwam. SwimSwam is the website. It's a website that focuses on NCAA swimming. Okay, so take it for what it's worth. You know what? Okay. Everybody else is throwing rumors. Heck, why not we throw out this rumor as well? According to SwimSwam, in a report that they're putting out, the University of North Carolina, Florida State, the University of Virginia, and Clemson are targets of the Southeastern Conference, or they're targeting the Southeastern Conference, depending on who you talk to. And then you ask, well, wait a minute, if SEC is going to go out and raid the ACC, why wouldn't they want Miami? Well, University of Florida says we don't want the Canes in the same conference with us because they recruit against each other. Yep. UF tries to go into Miami, into Overtown and Liberty City to go get players. They don't want to compete with Miami. So if they bring Miami into the SEC, that's going to help them recruiting. Tennessee pushed back on Tennessee. And one of the pushbacks is Tennessee's not sure they want to bring North Carolina into their conference because they share a lot of the same student athletes and students. The University of Kentucky doesn't want Louisville in their conference because they're bitter rivals, and they fight back and forth for students, not student athletes, for students. And that's where this all comes down to, Paul.
Yep.
Why? What's the benefit of Arizona State being tethered to the University of Arizona?
I know. That's, well...
What do we bring to the table for them? We bring basketball. We bring basketball to the program. But as we've said, 85% of this money thrown around is for football, 15% for basketball, because everybody makes their money from the NCAA tournament for college basketball. So it's not like the preponderance of your money is coming from your basketball revenue. That's generated through March Madness. So.
Okay, well, I've got to say, because I've got to bring sarcasm to this radio show as well. We bring the brains of the two.
How do you get an Arizona State grad off your porch? You tip them for your pizza.
There you go.
Okay.
So here's the thing. But think about this. But wasn't there talk yesterday or whenever it was that, the Pac-12 now is we're talking to our media people. Talk about what? There's not a media person alive who would come and talk to the Pac-12.
No. Okay, hold on. Let me spin it to you the right way. You ready?
Yeah.
The reason why the board of directors said let's immediately open up negotiations for 30 days for our media rights is they need to figure out what is out there, what's the market. Because as they're sitting there, you're either going to be dead in the water, you're going to expand, or you're going to try to get an alliance with somebody. But unless you know what the market for this used car is today, you really can't make any plans. So,
exactly.
So here's the way it works. I wrote all this down. See, I actually took notes. I'm actually paying attention. This is where my being an economics major actually makes sense. If the Pac-12 right now is projected to give each school $30 million a year, so it's about a $300 million package. Remember, the Big Ten is going to be worth $1 billion. The USC, UCLA, less Pac-12 is worth about $300 million. Divided by 10, that's about $30 million per school. Okay, if I add in another school, then you better bring me at least $30 million worth of revenue. And there's really not a TV market that's worth $30 million right now for the Pacific 10 Conference. Now, if I want to jack up and get higher than that, I bring in the ACC and I bring in Charlotte and I bring in Miami and I bring in all those households, then maybe I can get to 40, 45 million, but that's still half of what USC, UCLA are projected to make going into the Big Ten. So it comes down to TV revenue. It comes down to households. Now, I've heard it both ways, Paul. I want to make sure that I fully explain this through all the research. This is about TV households, but it's also about the appeal for your program post cable television. Meaning, Paul, Are you a cable cutter or do you have cable?
I'm a cable guy. I have cable.
So you and I are old enough, and we're in that category. We're cable people. Dragon Ball, are you a cable person or are you a cable cord cutter?
Cord cutter.
Okay, so you're 20 years younger than I am?
I mean, do you want to out yourself that bad? Or
I'm in my 50s. Shut up, Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball and people in their 30s are cord cutters, but more people like you and I are cutting our cords. So as the ACC and the SEC, the Big 10, Big 12, the networks are trying to figure out, okay, first of all, I got to be able to keep as many eyeballs as I can, so I'm looking at households through Nielsen ratings, but then eventually I'm going to get to brands that make sense for people like Dragon Ball that stream as well. I have this prediction. I've said this for years and years and years. We're not going to have cable TV in our houses in 10 years from now. Businesses like Comcast and all your cable companies, you already see them migrating to internet service providers. Because, like, in my house right now, I've got TV in the living room, TV in my bedroom, I got a TV in the office, I got a TV in the great room. So I got 4 TVs in our house. Okay. One of them is connected to cable. The other 3 are Roku boxes and smart TVs that use the Xfinity app. I got Xfinity so I can get Pac-12 Network. But eventually, I don't even need that one cable box. I'm just old school and I go, oh, I'm going to have one cable box because I'm an old man and that's what we do. But all the rest of them, I could get rid of that cable box and go completely streaming by the time it's all said and done. And that's where we're going to end up. Your kids, when they move out to their own house, are not going to sign up for cable TV. They're going to get internet service providers, and then they're going to stream. And these television networks like Fox and ESPN and all the rest, ESPN's having a hard time because their revenues are down. People are cutting their cords, and every time they cut their cords, they get less money. So, for instance, why did the Pac-12 network not make it on cable television? The reason is they were asking 80 cents per customer, an 80 cents carriage charge. So the way cable television works is I've got 100 channels on my cable TV package, right? How many do you watch?
About 6.
Okay. So guess what? You watch ESPN, right?
Yep.
You watch cable news and a couple other channels. That's probably it, right?
That's about it.
Okay. You subsidize every other cable channel you don't watch because you're paying for it whether you're watching it or not. So Telemundo, Univision, you don't watch, but you're still paying probably 35 cents, 40 cents a month for those cable packages. You're paying for MTV and VH1 and BET. You're paying for TNT and TBS. Whether you watch it or not, you're subsidizing those. Part of the issue is sports has the highest carriage fee. So for the Pac-12 network, the Pac-12 network is 80 cents per subscriber. That's more than about, I think I read that it was about 60% higher than most cable television. ESPN is the most expensive. Last time I looked, I did research on this. I think they were about $1.18, maybe $1.35. It's the most expensive cable channel in your package. And by the way, everybody who's not a sports fan subsidizes your ESPN because if you had to pay for it on your own and you just did the streaming service for ESPN through the Disney bundle, I think I pay $19.95 for my Disney bundle.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
So that's where all this gets a little complicated. So for the cable companies right now, for the networks, they're looking for households while they're still holding on to this cable TV model, but then they're looking for following once we all transition to streaming television and we all cut the cord eventually.
Yeah.
So that's why right now for Tucson, we're in trouble because we're not a big television market. But our saving grace is Tommy Lloyd got us to be a top 5 team in college basketball. If we continue to build that following, in the next model, Arizona basketball can become bigger. But right now, we better hope that we can hold on to Phoenix and ASU because they're going to be our saving grace while we're still in this first model. It's a changing model.
And I explained there are two more thoughts for you. I explained this to Dragon Ball yesterday. I'm in a big predicament. I have been holding on to a bottle of tequila that my uncle, God rest his soul, gave me well over 30 years ago, probably 35 years ago. That bottle is supposed to be opened once we go to the Rose Bowl. Okay? I have this bad feeling that I'm into grandkids now, Rich. So I'm not as young as I'm probably right there with you. I'm hoping that one day I get a chance to open that tequila bottle, but I have a feeling it may never get opened. That's one thing. Okay,
see, and that's what rocks you to your core because
that hurts me a lot.
These are family. This is part of our family. This is the thing about sports. This is why sports is so unique. Sports are kind of like pets. Yeah. You give everything you can to that team. You give everything you can to your pet. What do you get back in return? Well, if you get a cat, you get nothing. If you get a dog, they're going to cuddle with you every once in a while if they're not going to bite you. But it's you give more to them than they give to you. The dog's not going to come home and bring a paycheck for his dog food. Your team very rarely pays you back for all that love and support with a championship. But when it happens, is it worth it?
And that's why Chuck Cecil is going to win the top Wildcat, because I sat on the 50-yard line, row 14, and he ran right by me in 1986. But I will leave you with this. Sir,
although I'll one up you. I just met a gentleman. He's become a friend of ours.
Okay.
As Chuck ran, he saw Chuck in the end zone. He goes, "Chuck, you can have my daughter." Listen, you cheered your head off. This gentleman offered up his daughter. That's a Wildcat fan right there.
Well, I'm going to call you again. I will call you as often as I can without taking too much of your time. But I'm going to leave you with this.
You're always
here's
welcome. In fact,
another...
I thought about it. I should have invited you. I went and hung out with Luis Gonzalez and Brett Boone last night in Tempe. I should have had you come because I was wearing all red and blue just to make everybody in Tempe mad. I should have invited you. Shame on me for not bringing you.
I would have showed up in my colors as well. But you know what, Rich? Here's the thing. In 5 years, once all the dust settles with this football stuff, in 5 years, maybe it may take a little bit longer, the scary proposition is this, and you mentioned Duke as far as basketball. I can see the powers that be someday getting basketball into its own little college league as well, and then you will see the Blue Bloods, Duke, Arizona, Kansas, North Carolina, Louisville, Kentucky, and at that point, then you will all of a sudden you'll see Notre Dame raise their hand. Oh, can we be included with the Blue Bloods basketball? And they'll join, and we'll let them join because they bring a lot of revenue. And I can see basketball spinning off into its own little environment, its own little realm. And unfortunately, I think that's where we're going, because that's what football is doing right now today.
And if that happens, and if football spins into its own little world, that's also the death of everything else in college athletics. If football spins off and basketball spins off, that's going to be the death. That's going to be the death of every Olympic sport, all the women's sports, all the rest. That'll be the death of all of them.
It's sad, but I know I don't want that. But
and that's the unforeseen consequence. That's the unforeseen consequence, because nobody in the last 20 years has ever agreed with me on this point until George Kliavkoff said this the other day. College athletics, it's not that college athletics is making all this money. Oh, look at all this money that these schools are making. No. Football generates a ton of money. Men's basketball generates money. That money is not going into someone's pocket, turning a huge profit. It's paying for all the other sports.
All the other sports.
People look at this as, oh, it's football, it's football, it's football. Football's just a division. Football's just a division, a department within the entire athletic department. They bring in all the revenue. We have departments here at the radio station. I'm in programming. I help generate revenue if I do my job right. There's people that are in engineering. Are they necessarily bringing in revenue? They're probably spending more, because that's what their department does. They spend things. They just rebuilt our studios. They didn't bring in any revenue other than they got us on the air, which means we can create revenue. It's the same thing here with college football. College football brings in all the revenue, but it's not like it's getting stuck in somebody's pockets. Yeah, coaches make a ton of money. That's for sure. And they have opulent offices and all these facilities, but the preponderance of that money goes to pay for every other sport that doesn't have fans show up 100,000 to see a game in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All the money that Nick Saban brings in, hey, listen, he gets a ton of it. He deserves it. But a lot of that money also goes to pay for the women's softball team, the baseball team, the track and field team that don't bring in revenue. And nobody has ever understood that, because they've looked at it through microeconomics instead of the macroeconomics of what college sports is. All right, I got to go. I'm way over time. I love you, Paul. You're the best.
Love you too. Bear down.
Bear
Thanks,
down.
guys.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Dragon Ball's yelling at me. Will you shut up, Herrera? All right, I'll be quiet. Coming up on the program, we'll get a little look at this through the Big 10, Big 12 prism. I wanted to bring you all the different myopic views. We heard from the ACC. We'll hear from the Big 12. Why are you laughing at me?
I wasn't laughing at you. I was talking to the people.
Oh, I thought you were saying because I used the word myopic.
No.
That's a good word.
I was telling them through lips reading I wasn't yelling at you.
Oh, no, he was yelling at me, folks. He is so mean. We'll continue with you. 12:90.
Rich Herrera. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show, now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings, over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball, he underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back.
Rich Rare Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Friday, tomorrow, sweet deal. Dragon Ball. Do you like sweet deals?
Yes, I do.
I would too if I got one. Still waiting for that steak sweet deal you were going to get me?
You may end up getting this one.
This one's pretty good. Here, listen, here's the deal. When's the last time you put gas in your car, Dragon Ball?
Too recently.
And I was thinking about this yesterday when I drove up to Tempe. Like, how much is this costing me? A lot. Every time I go put gas in the car, it's just crazy. So things are getting more expensive. Inflation's going up. And I told you yesterday I went to go get a taco, and instead of changing the menu board, they just put a tape over and wrote on it with a Sharpie. And I said, dude, what's that? He goes, because it's probably going to go up next week. As things get tighter, you want to make your dollar stretch. So I've got something for you. You still want to be able to go out with your family. You still want to be able to go out with your friends. You still want to have a good time. So here's what we have. These sweet deals. We team up with sponsors and folks around town, and we get you a great deal. And this is really a good one. Barrio Brewing. We were there for college baseball 2 years ago. We did the shows there for a week. It was awesome. Great food. That's where I met you.
Yeah, you did.
I met you at Bar. They should put a big plaque. Rich met Dragon Ball at Barrio Brewing.
Rich met Dragon Ball.
Were you wearing a stupid hat?
I was wearing my hats back in those days. I've kind of stopped wearing them now.
Because you look good with the Bruce Willis haircut. You look sharp.
I got a little bit of the Bruce Willis going on.
You look like an adult. So anyway, Barrio Brewing. Here's the deal. I love Barrio Brewing.
Right.
Okay. You can get a $50 gift card for just $25. Listen, as things get tight right now, don't let it keep you from going out, enjoying, celebrating. If you have a birthday coming up or something you want to go take your sweetheart out on a date, here's the deal. You get a $50 gift card for just $25. Go to wildcatsradio1290.com. Tomorrow morning, 8:30, they go on sale to get an opportunity to get this sweet deal to make your money stretch and your ends meet a little bit easier. All right. Dragon Ball yelled at me.
I did not yell at you.
You yelled at me.
No, I did not.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
I do my best. Rich.
All right. So I've got a couple interviews coming up. But again, I wanted to get perspectives from all over the country. Because, again, we live in the Pac-12, but we're not the only one at this dance, the ACC. We heard from Will Pelagic, FNZ. I'm going to go out to our sister station out in Des Moines, Iowa, KGGO. We're not going to talk to Adam Bowersox, B-Sox, who's a sports talk show host out there. This is, again, a preview of what I'm going to use on the network. And then at the top of the hour, I got a really special guest for you. David Wharton of the LA Times is going to join us. He wrote a very interesting piece about why we're in the predicament that we're in, and it has to do with Larry Scott. You don't want to miss any of that. It's all coming up here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show, now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube.